Howdy, YouTube. Just thought I'd make the next CD collection video. Last time was anime, and this time I will be going over my video game soundtrack collection, which is, if you can't already tell, quite a bit larger. So I'm going to have to split this up into at least a couple parts, maybe 3. I like watching longer videos, but sometimes an hour plus it just gets to be a little too much. But before I get on with that, I have an addendum to make to the previous video about the anime soundtracks. There were a couple that I forgot because they were on a different part of the shelf, because they're different sized ones. Excuse me. Both of them having to do with DigiCared, interestingly. This first one is a CD single of the opening. It's kind of cool. It's one of these little ones with just the paper. I know they make these with like the plastic protectors. I have a mini CD with one of those, but didn't come with this, so. And then the other piece is this little Christmas box. I think it's supposed to look like a box of chocolates. I think it's kind of neat. In here we have little postcard thing. We got a sticker. These like giant stickers. I don't know what you would put this on, but. And then finally the actual CD. Just got some Christmas music on there, from what I remember, but it's fun. It's a nice little, excuse me, nice little set. Okay, that's the rest of the anime. Now on to the video game stuff. Similar to last time, I'll be starting with the just kind of singular releases before moving on to the releases that I have, the series that I have multiple releases for. And the first is actually this one. This was a Kickstarter for an orchestrated version of The Legend of Zelda music, if the name doesn't give it away. Sounds pretty good from what I remember. I love, backing music Kickstarters. Obviously. French release. Yeah. It's a nice little CD, nice music. I'm pretty sure it's on, I think it's on at least Spotify. It might also be on YouTube, but yeah, I recommend it. Similarly this is a local artist. I'll have to look up. Yeah, she signed it for me when I bought this from her at a local video game expo thing. It's just piano renditions of Castlevania music. I'll link her Bandcamp in the description. I remember it being pretty good. Vlambeer. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. Yeah, Vlambeer. This is a compilation of soundtracks, all from the same studio. I don't know that I've played any of their games, but I know that they did like that SS is a Serious Sam. Not sure about the rest of these, but honestly, I got it because the CD was like $5. And that's kind of hard to say no to. And the music ended up being pretty good. Next we have Minecraft, a classic soundtrack. I love to just put this on and listen to it while at work. Not the CD, although that would be cool, but just on my phone. I know there's a Minecraft beta album. I think this is alpha. Yeah, volume alpha. There's a volume beta. I don't know if that came out on CD, but that'd be nice to get. This is some great music. And here we have The Skies of Arcadia, Eternal Soundtrack, put out by Whale Records. They put out some great stuff. I have a few more of their releases, which we'll be seeing a little bit later on. Get a big old chunky, nice box. Big chunky case. The CDs and a booklet. It's got a whole bunch of artwork in it and interviews, looks like, or biographies. And the other 2 CDs. I haven't played this. There's probably most of these games I haven't really played, but this one I should probably try out. I don't know. I've been kind of falling out of turn-based RPGs lately. I just don't have the patience for them. I like a good action RPG, but sometimes turn-based one can hit the spot. This one is, I think, an itch.io game. And the composer was selling their music on Bandcamp. Nice chiptune music, but I got it. Well, besides because I like the music, but because the discs, Potato Town, that's what it was. The discs come on these cute little mini CDs, you know, like the CD single for DigiCarrot, but I don't know. I love the size because I grew up with the GameCube, and so I have fond associations with this kind of format. And the other one we got, a pink one. Sorry about my throat. This one is Mugen Souls. It might be a fighting game. It's got the same art style as like Disgaea. I don't really know anything about it. Honestly, don't even remember where I got it. I might have got it at a gaming store. Yeah. Ooh. Got to put this back in the case. It's no good. Gotta protect your stuff. There we go. Okay. These next few are on like DVD cases. They were originally like PC games. That's the cases. But all that's left in these is the soundtracks. This is like, from what I remember, kind of orchestral. Maybe Pirates of the Caribbean-esque, but I like pirates and I like Caribbean-esque music. I think that's what this was for. So it's fun. Never played the game. I don't even know if it's still running, if it's one of those like MMOs or something. Similarly, Lord of the Rings Online, Mines of Moria, which I'm assuming is like an expansion for it. But I'm not sure. I love Lord of the Rings, so I love fantasy music, and this definitely kind of hits some of those grooves. Come on, focus. Yeah. Nice. This one, actually, I put these in a DVD case. They originally just came as 2 of these sleeves, which, I mean, I have other releases that are just in sleeves, but I don't know. I like it when there's something a little more substantial to hold on to. These are covers of video game music by the One-Ups. I'm pretty sure you can still get these CDs on like Fangamer or something. Anyway, they're fun. I like that they, on both sleeves, it says the contents of both discs, just in case you like lose one or something. Yeah, pretty good. All right, this next one is special. Chibi Robo. Now, this is actually the guidebook, which is cool. It's got artwork and, everything a guidebook normally would. It's got some fun stuff. But the reason I got it, if you couldn't already guess, is because it came with a soundtrack. And to my knowledge, this is the only way to get the soundtrack. I grew up with this game. I loved it. As soon as I saw some ads for it, I knew that's what I wanted for my birthday, and I got it. Obviously, it didn't come with this because this didn't get released in the US, but fantastic soundtrack. It's got like 69 songs on the CD. So, quite a lot of music. And the last one of the kind of different, non-standard case is Metal Slug 25th Anniversary Soundtracks and Art Book. I quite like Metal Slug, even though I've nowhere near played all the games. I think I've only played probably 1 and 3 and X, and maybe some of 2. The soundtracks aren't bad. Let's see, we can actually get it out. There we go. Comes with this big old book. Got the combination. Oh yeah, we got the little. This is another Wayo one. They like to do these Shikisen or something for like the first however many that get it. They usually come signed. I just kind of keep it in here. We got soundtracks for the first 7 games, it looks like. And then on the inside we have an art book. Just some fantastic art in here. I should go through these. I also have that big History of Metal Slug book that, what was it? Bitmap Books put out that I need to get to. So many things to read and listen to and watch, so little time. Okay. This is, I don't really know anything about this. There's a bunch of these where I don't really know much, but I like the music. This is like chiptune classical music from what I remember. I don't know anything about the game this is for. But I love me some like electronic or chiptune renditions of classical music. I got into it via Wendy Carlos's stuff. It was a lot of fun. But yeah. What was that little picture? Okay. All right. And we have Metarot classic soundtracks for the Metabot games. I grew up with Pokemon. Gen 2 is my favorite, and so this scratches that sort of early Game Boy Color kind of soundtrack itch that I have. It's really good. I love it. Just a fun soundtrack. I don't know if this is how it originally came, like without even, it probably came with like something that goes in here. But this is what I got it as, and I'm grateful for it. Fantavision 2020X. Yeah, this is probably what the other one, the Metabot one, came with this thing. Just missing this. But another one I don't know too much about, but I like the music. Like the rainbowing colors there. It looks really cool. I'm not sure what kind of game this is, but it was good enough for me to get it. Dust Diver 2. This kind of looks like I don't know, something about this just screams PS4 to me. I could be wrong. Another one I don't know much about, but the music was good. Not for resale. Dark Age of Camelot. I think this was a PC game. Maybe an MMO, I'm not sure. But yeah, some more of that kind of fantasy. Maybe fantasy synth, I don't remember, but I eat that stuff up like popcorn. Yeah, it looks like I think it was a PC game of some sort. Just, randomly looking up video game soundtrack CDs on eBay. This is the kind of stuff you find. We got RuneScape. This is the only MMO I've ever played. It's the only one I've really been able to got into. That was like middle school-ish, around there. Me and my brother and some friends would play it. But this is probably partially what developed my love for like kind of MIDI music, I guess, or MIDI style music at the very least. If you know old school RuneScape soundtrack, it's that kind of thing. I don't know. I really like it. Fond memories playing with my brother and friends and stuff. Another PC game, Pools of Radiance. Never played it. Another sort of fantasy kind of style. But it's fun. All right, Crime Crackers. This is the soundtrack. This is a PS1 dungeon crawler. I haven't played it. I just looked it up when I found this soundtrack, I think on Mercari. But the music's pretty good. Kind of a boring CD, but gets the job done. And I think this is another PS1 game, as is the next one, as you can see. Rhapsody. This is like, I don't know, 90s anime dubbing as far as the singing goes. So if you're into that, then you'll probably like this. I think the game for this is kind of expensive, but the soundtrack wasn't terribly. I don't like spending a lot of money on soundtracks that I don't really know anything about. If I'm like out and about and I see one. So this one was worth it though. It was fun. And yeah, as I said, not terribly expensive. Parappa the Rappa. Just gotta believe. Again, I don't know why they didn't have a J card or a tray card, unless I'm just missing it, which is a possibility. But this is fun. I like this music. I don't know if the sequel got a soundtrack release. That'd be maybe worth tracking down. Demon Turf. I think I played the demo for this, but what drew me to the soundtrack is it reminds me a lot of the soundtrack to Splatoon, which I really like, as we'll get to later. So it scratched that similar sort of itch. It also came with a pin of this character, which I don't keep in here. I don't think it fits in the case. That's why I don't do that. I hope I still have it. I don't remember where it is. Oh well. We have Dealadin Wonder Labyrinth, as we as I went over in my anime soundtrack video, I love Record of Lodoss War, and so I was really wanting to get my hand on this soundtrack, but I didn't want to buy the game. So when I found somebody selling just the soundtrack, I jumped on it because it's more kind of, I don't know, I guess sort of like Symphony of the Night style music, maybe. I mostly just got it because it's Deedlit, because it's Record of Lodoss War. Chris Tales is a RPG that I have not played, but RPGs usually have pretty good music. From what I recall, this one is pretty good. I will say, though, I don't like dual disc in the single or in the standard size jewel case. When they open like this kind of bothers me. I prefer it when they open more like a book, like that. But it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Sorry, some of these I just don't have a whole lot to say. Cotton Reboot, this is a fun soundtrack. I like that they have both the arranged and the original X68K version. That's fun. I really like that. Have some variety. There we go. Have some variety in there. Brandish the Dark Revenant. This is the PSP port from what I remember. I don't know if they released a soundtrack for the original one on the Super Nintendo. Maybe also the Genesis. I'm not sure. Anyway, I really like this soundtrack. This is fun. This is a good soundtrack. Oh, good. And it opens the correct way. Yeah, highly recommend it. I tried to play the game. I don't know. The controls were kind of weird. Just the sort of tank controls you have for turning, but All right, we got a combo pack of Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion. I quite like Metroid Prime. It's probably really the only Metroidvania that I've been able to get into. The series, mostly like the first and third one. I don't know. I can't. I don't like having the ammo, restricted ammo in the second one. But music's fantastic, of course. Have not played Fusion, and I don't really remember what the soundtrack sounds like. But GBA, so it's probably pretty good. Mercenary Kings, what I recall, kind of scratches a similar to Itch, both the gameplay and the soundtrack to Metal Slug, which is most definitely probably what they were going for, from what I remember. Okay, now I think we have a few visual novels. This is another combo pack of, I think, a couple visual novel soundtracks. Harmonic Reality and then something in Japanese. I think this is a 3-disc one. So these first two is for that first. Yeah. These first two are for the first visual novel, and this is for the third one, which might be by the same studio, would be my guess. Or maybe it's a sequel. I don't really know. But anime and like visual novel soundtracks are usually pretty darn good. So when I see them, I always check them out. Similar sort of thing. I'm assuming that these are like visual novels. I guess I could be wrong. I didn't look them up, but it definitely kind of seems that way. Yep. Another visual novel one. I think this is the last one for these. I think. Yeah. Okay. First pile done. Let's see how much of this pile we can get through before I want to cut it off. This is, I think, Fairy Fencer F. I think is an RPG. Should probably look that up. But yeah, pretty sure the music for this was pretty good. All right, Slime Son indie game from what I recall. I think the soundtrack was pretty good. But it has honestly been a while since I've listened to this one. Oop. This one, 6-star Gate. Okay, that's a G. I see. Star Rail. This is a rhythm game. That's another thing. Like visual novels have great soundtracks usually. Rhythm games, like your Beat Manias, your DDRs, Project Diva, this one, and then like racing games. Those usually have some pretty great soundtracks, as we'll see when we get to the rest of my collection. Kind of disappointing there's no art on the back here, but oh well. Semispheres, this is like kind of a ambient electronic sort of sound from what I recall. Again, another game I haven't played, as with kind of a lot of these first few stacks. But the music's good, so even if I have no interest in the game, the music is good enough, or it's enough for me. That's enough to keep my interest. This one is, I think, like the Magic of Scheherazade. Yeah, there it is. Magic of Scheherazade. I don't recall what the difference is between the Japanese and English tracks, unless they use two different soundtracks for the different versions of the game, which may well be a possibility. But man, they fit all 60 tracks. Okay. It's got to be quite a bit of music, so I imagine each track is probably fairly short. Here we have the first of many Falcom releases, as we'll get to later. Dragon Slayer. This is fun. I love these older chiptune stuff. It's a lot of fun, a lot of fond memories, not specifically for this game, but just chiptune in general, growing up listening to that. Another Falcom. Okay, we got Zwei, or Zwei, depending on how you want to pronounce it. This is a fun game. I've played a little bit of it. But unfortunate. Oh yeah, I remember the script on this one is pretty funny. Unfortunately, when I was taking this second disc off the tray when I first got it, I don't know if you can see that right there. There's I took it off and it was on the spindle so hard, I ended up cracking it. So that really sucks. Already ripped it, so At least there's that, but man, that really sucks. It was on there. It's super tight. So just fair warning to you, be careful. Be careful with these things. And I think this one, I got this in a lot from like Australia. Wild Guns Reloaded, was it remake, remaster? I'm not sure. I haven't played the original or this one. But Western chiptune, kind of hard to go wrong with that. Yeah, some great artwork on here. And Wild Arms, PS1 RPG. I should probably try out at some point. I actually have the soundtrack to the second game coming sometime soon. Just kind of got it because I like this one so much. Tropico, which I believe is a PC strategy game. So definitely not one I'm interested in checking out. I don't much care for strategy games. But the music for this is really good. Whenever I listen to it, it makes me want to eat a burrito. It's just the kind of music you would hear in like a Mexican restaurant, which I guess is what they were going for. But I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. Something you can dance to. Sporific Sounds, I believe, yeah, Void Terrarium. I think this was a Vita game, but I like the soundtrack. Kind of, again, like Semisphere's electronic ambient sort of feel to it. Is there something behind here? Oh, yes. A little more art. Oh, yeah, this one's fun. I'm going to be saying that a lot. I have been saying that a lot. Sorry. Nights into Dreams. Oh, this is a fantastic album. We even got some of that, like, 90s cheesy jab vocals. 90s cheesy jazz vocals. There we go. Yeah, there's some good stuff. Booklet. CDs. It's got the Christmas one. About the characters, maybe? I think those are the bosses. I haven't beat this game. I'd like to eventually. Learn more about it. But yeah. Super fun album. I really like it. Let's put that over here for now. Okay, Sakura Wars. I think it's just called Sakura Wars. The one on the PS4. This is the only one I've played. And I quite liked it. I didn't beat it, but I liked the visual novel aspect. I liked the that it was. Oh, we got the OB here on the back. I liked that it was an action RPG instead of a strategy RPG. But yeah, it's fun. I loved all the girls. I think she was my favorite from what I remember. I was kind of, as far as like the relationship stuff goes, I think I was going for her first because, redhead. But I don't know. She kind of, I stopped liking her character at some point. I don't remember why, but it just didn't go well. But yeah, this music's fun. Yeah, I don't have a PS4 anymore, so I can't I can't finish playing this, but if somehow it comes to PC, fingers crossed, I would definitely pick it up and go through it. Actually try to beat it this time. This obi, though, is annoying because it's made for, like, the outside of this, and so it's taller, so it doesn't properly fit, like, in here without folding, as you can see. I had it in there, and it's kind of, like, folded at the top. So now I just keep it on the other side of the sleeve. There we go. All right, I think this will be the last one for this video. I don't want it to go on for too long. Valhalla, or VA11 Hall A. I've played some of this. Should probably get back to it. The music's good. Oops. Oh, there it goes. Obi. Booklet. Oops. Yep. There it is. I think this obi might be a little bit too long too. Put it in this one? No, I cannot. All right, well, take what we can get. Yeah, love the disc art on here. It's really cool. Okay, so I think that's a good stopping point for this. I still have 4 more stacks. These are all the... So we finished all of the individual releases. Next is the series that I have multiple releases for. So, bye.